Vero, the BSc in law woman. You gotta go. The story has started trending again. This time around. From Lucky Udu's page. How many of you remember that woman? The woman that came to Dunamis church to come and give testimony about how God answered her prayer and she became the only graduate in her family. And she came to Dunamis church to give testimony. And while she was giving her testimony, she mentioned, Pastor Paul Eneshe asked her a question. What degree did you have in law? And she said, BAc in law. Pastor Paul Eneshe told her that your testimony is fake, that she should go back to her seat. I'm giving you now the background story of that incident. Forget that I miss this broadcast with English and Igbo, and I'm made for a reason. Because this particular issue has gone viral through Lucky Udu's page, and I know that many people, including the Yorubas, Hausas, and the other people, will be willing to listen. So that is why I will be using more of English to run this broadcast. I greet you. I greet you all. So now, let me continue with the background of that story. Now, after that testimony issue, they now went into the matter properly. Don't forget that there are many people who are hanging by the corner now, looking for one reason or the other to come after the church. So, Pastor Paul Eneshe, that is just his own way of trying to be on the guard against these devourers who are always around. But no matter what you do, no matter how you choose to do it, they must find reasons to talk. So, after that incident, I think they investigated and they actually found out that the woman, the said woman, Vero, graduated from National Open University where she studied law. But she wasn't too conversant with some law terms, you know. That is her problem. Anyway, it has nothing to do with Pastor Paul Eneshe. It has nothing to do with Dunamis Church. In law, in case if you don't know, they said ignorance is not an excuse in the court of law. What it means is that if you don't know it, it can never be an excuse in the law court. So, her ignorance in using some law terms cannot be used against the Dunamis Church. What they did was exactly what they were supposed to do. Now, and I think after everything, what people forgot to remember was that she tendered an apology to the Dunamis Church, and the Pastor Paul Eneshe came out to clarify further on that issue, stating that the woman actually graduated, that the woman actually graduated from National Open University, but her inability to be able to use those law terms and all that is what was the problem there. Now, like I said, ignorance of that woman in this issue should be solely her responsibility and burden. But what happened then? I think that was a good opportunity to show that woman that she needed to buckle up and do more. That she needs to put on her shoes and work harder more. But what happened then? This same man from Port Harcourt, what is his name? This man who went Port Harcourt something resort. invited Vero to Port Harcourt for a dinner and a hangout, a 2 weeks vacation. And that is exactly what I always tell our people. We should stop celebrating ignorance. Because when you do that, those people who are caught up in the middle of that, they don't even see the lesson there. This is just you emotionally trying to calm them down. Unnecessary emotional. And when you become emotional, you will do something that will make the person in question to forget about the lesson. So, the man took her to Port Harcourt. Yeah? Onyerisi Kelvin, you have overstayed your welcome in this page. Off you go. So, as I was saying, when she got to Port Harcourt, she got carried away by the event at the moment. She got carried away to the point now that she even started referring to herself as a celebrity. Remember when she came out to say that because she has become so popular, that people are asking her for money, that she needs security and she needs a vehicle to be carrying her, that she is no more safe entering on a public transport. So she became a celebrity overnight. Or a celebrity overnight simply because a little act of ignorance from her made her to go viral, and instead of her to focus on the lesson, which is what? That she is supposed to improve. If I would imagine Vero in that state, who studied law, coming in court to defend you. Imagine Vero in that state, honor, with the way Ozuwena Ako Amanna. I am not perfect in English language. I don't perfect. I don't even know how to speak English language. But her being in a professional field, being in a professional field, like being a lawyer, I think she needed to improve more from what we saw last time. She got carried away. She started enjoying the moment. I am going to somewhere with this story. Now, when she started feeling now that she is now a celebrity because she was everywhere around the social media, she started asking for security, for vehicles, for that she needs to move out from where she was staying. She needs to move to a flat so that she can be secured. Because what happened then is not sustainable. There is nothing to sustain that popularity at that moment. That popularity at that moment was only but a pure mistake. Only but a pure mistake. That was how we all forgot about who Vero is today. Fast forward, after how many months, getting to 1 year, she resurfaced again at Lockwood's page. And this time around, the story though different. Can you the story? That after the incident in Dunamis church, that it got an attention that, in fact, this is even when people like me and you, if you will tell yourself the truth, even realize that Vero, a policeman, a policewoman called them. Nobody knew all those while that no, a policewoman called. We are getting to know that now. That the thing got to the office and the one thing, she was demoted. Now, she is expecting Pastor Paul Enenshe to have done more. And the people are now calling out Pastor Paul Enenshe, not because she contracted that woman to come and do a testimony, to come and give a testimony in his church, not because he was in collaboration with that woman to come and do what she did, but because he found out a very expensive mistake that the world and Nigerians and those people who are looking for every opportunity to come after the church could have used to nail Dunamis Church. Imagine if Pastor Paul Enenche was not too smart to pick that mistake. A lot of people would have drawn his attention to that mistake, but in a different way now. But thank God that in all these stories, people have seen clearly that Pastor Paul Enenche merely corrected an expensive mistake and error. So now she is now expecting that Pastor Paul Enenche should have given her money, that Pastor Paul Enenche got her into writing an apology, which is normal. Which is normal. Because writing that apology is simply to let the members of the public to know that what happened was strictly your mistake and church has nothing to do with it. And church, in the other way around, gave a disclaimer to show that she actually graduated from National Open University, but she needed to improve more in that particular field. That one gone. She is now expecting now that even the entitlement mentality. She's expecting Dunamis Church to carry her, even when she was being punished at her place of work. She was demoted from the rank of inspector to the rank of sergeant or what. So she expected Pastor Paul Enenche to intervene. This is where we are going to come in now. I want to come our people severally. And what did I say? Stop celebrating ignorance. Stop celebrating ignorance. Some incidences and mistakes are programmed to improve, to make somebody to improve, to make somebody to improve in order to do more, to do better. You don't have to wear your dress or your clothes of emotion and you dwell into that matter with emotion. You will miss the lesson and the teaching that comes with that incident. Just like what happened during the time of fish pie called meat pie boy. People celebrated that. Just like what happened during the time of that girl from Newi. A small girl like that will the mind to hack into the system of the jump, which changed the score. Yeah? She was given scholarship, and when finally the jump said that no, that this score is not for this girl, that they manipulated it. People were heavily after the jump, and lo and behold, finally it was clear that that small girl was smart enough at that age to connive with some people to hack into the system of jump to change their score. What happened? When she was in the best state to learn her lesson, in case of tomorrow, a man came from nowhere. A man came from nowhere. One scholarship, wow, Obodo you work or somewhere. And the other kids, and they say, okay, look at the reward for doing this. Look at the reward for doing this. Let me also use the recent one. The recent one was a case of Chinasa and the Shie. Ndemelo alamala we put na Facebook through whatever means which we put. I don't know and I don't care. You want to go? Now people came again and they wear now the cloth of the emotion, and some of them have started with the saying, is it only them? Were they the first people to do this? Or now the first person in mother? Is she the first married woman? No, now have affair outside. You want to go? That is again yet another mistake, and people are giving a contrary message and lesson out there. That was what happened in the case of Vero, and she was celebrating that moment rather than being in a state of remorse. Now, let me tell you where the missing link is. She was not actually demoted because she gave a testimony na Dunamis. She was demoted because she got so carried away that she forgot that she is a police officer, and she now started showcasing a kind of lifestyle on air because in her mind she thought she has blown, that she is now a celebrity. Little did she know that that particular moment will not last. When the reality was done on her, she now realized that that infatuation, that fantasy world that she was living in has been blown away. She returned back to her factory setting, and the authority there had to melt a particular and suitable punishment on her. As a policewoman, was she supposed to be messing around on Facebook the way she did last time? Did you watch some of the places where she was interviewed? Did you see how she was reacting as if nobody there knew that Vera was a policewoman? Who knew? Nobody knew there. And she was behaving and conducting herself in that manner, coming on Facebook, declaring herself a celebrity, that she needs security, that she needs to back out from where. Okay, look at exactly what she's doing now. A sensitive information as what transpired and how she got out of the situation she was in. She even came on air at Lucky Udo's page to come and mention a private information going on in her workplace within the police. She even mentioned the name of a policewoman who helped her out of that situation. How everything was done. I think that woman, Ellen Ubo, her lesson yet. I think that woman, Ellen Ubo, her lesson yet. I think she needs to learn more. She needs to learn more. And like you do, I will give you an advice. Instead of you are doing a great job, but to some extent, you are celebrating mediocrity. It is an advice I'm giving to you. I may not be in a better position to advise you. We all know how people emotionally react to things, that they tend to forget what is necessary and they go after something that is not even called for. This act of always bringing people who intentionally by their own hands destroy themselves, always bringing them to your page when they have now realized their mistake, to come and push that particular ignorance they participated in to someone else. You should end it. You should end it. If you are interviewing Vero because you are seeking for justice for her, justice for what exactly? I'm asking. Let us know the justice you are seeking for Vero. Justice you are seeking for Vero. And you were asking her a question like, has Pastor Paul and then she called you against his then? She promised to send you to a law school so that you can go. All those things are voluntary promise. He is not under obligation to do any of those. In case if you don't know. So don't always bring people on your program to come and call out people after they willingly by their own hands destroy themselves. A batana page who maybe seeking for justice. That was how last time you brought somebody who by her own hand took her photo, made her video and sent it to people. You brought her on your Facebook page to come and seek for justice. For who? Justice for her hand that pushed her into making those videos, or justice for the phone she used to make the videos, or justice for the mind she used to even conceive the idea of making such videos in the first place. So all these are the things we should look at in this social media space, because it is getting out of hand. And I don't know the lesson you people are teaching for the younger generations in authority. When you people have started now justifying ignorance, some of you, because of the hatred you harbored against the church, you even fail to say the truth when you see it. Tell me, in all this Vero's issue, can you tell me where Pastor Paul Enenche got it wrong? That he quickly saw a mistake that could have blown into something else and he corrected it immediately. Is he not left for Vero to go home and improve on herself? Why was she enjoying that moment even when she knew that it was born out of mistake and ignorance? She was enjoying it, calling herself a celebrity for committing blunder, for committing an expensive blunder. Do you know what it means for you, who is a student who studied law, to say that you have BSc in law? Now you are now trying to tell us that when you got admission into National Open University and their portals open, what you saw then was BSc in law. And after some time, it changed to LLB. And all through your studies in National Open University, that was even a discredit to National Open University. Yes, that was a discredit and the slap to National Open University. That matter was supposed to have died down because it is one born out of sheer mistake, blunder, and carelessness. But because our people have a way of celebrating and dwelling in ignorance, that was exactly how Velo was moving about everywhere. Calling herself a celebrity and celebrating, making herself so popular. And you don't want Nigerian police to react to that misconduct, that public misconduct. Now, you want to shift the blame now on Pastor Paul Enenche. I got the message, but let me make it clear to you. Let me make it clear to you. This life and this journey, we are on a personal journey. So if you like, come out, just like the way I always advise Mirabel and her cohort. If you like, come out. Maybe you will destroy yourself. Shamefully showcase your ignorance to people. Tomorrow you will learn. Vero is learning it the hard way now. And usually, when people start learning, if their first reaction is to apportion blame to people, if their first reaction is to hide that ignorance of them in people's, to make it to be like it is these people's fault and not hers. Like you have not yet owned up to your mistake. You have not yet accepted your mistake. You have not yet accepted that you are guilty. You are still trying to push the blame to someone else. You have not yet started. You have not yet started. A bigger one will still come, and that one will bend you to your knees. That one will bend you to your knees. That is exactly what is happening. She made the first mistake of celebrating that ignorance on air. Proudly celebrating it. Now that one, it has come and gone. She came back again. She made another mistake of trying to push the blame to someone else, and even going and in this process of doing that, you will commit a lot of blunders, just like she did, exposing a lot of private things that is supposed to be private within the police force. You came out again, and you are on a page that has over how many million people. You are talking about the private affairs that happened within the police authority. Yes, you were there as a policewoman. You are speaking now to the people. You are complaining to the people. You are complaining to the people about something that happened privately within the police. What it shows is that you are still yet to learn from your mistakes. So I think there will be another lesson. And hopefully from that lesson, you are going to learn. I think you people should stop all this about each time you hear about man of God, your antenna will pop up like this. Your antenna will stand. Critically analyze what happened from the first day to the last day. Imagine if Pastor Paul Enenche had publicly ignored that mistake. What do you think could have happened? Lawyers could have come up to use it. No, you people did an RNG, but you did not perfect it well. How can you go and bring somebody who is totally ignorant of anything that has to do with the law to come and pretend to have gone to school and becoming a lawyer? 1. 2. How would people even know the circumstances surrounding her going to school late? Because according to her, she went back to school to study law 2014. Looking at her age, how will people even come to realize the fact that this is exactly how everything happened? I got to know about it in that Lokidu's interview. You see? So, I think it was even God who spoke through Pastor Paul Enenche. Yes, all the pastors should be very careful at this particular time. You should be very careful. Look at how smart Zion was when that woman came. Imagine if that Lovette had come to inform them about giving that testimony and they did not ask her to go and bring evidence to show that this house is hers. which she brought that evidence, that video, imagine what could have happened. That was exactly what shut the mouth of those people who are always criticizing at every slightest. Listen, and even up to today, the young woman is still saying, no, I know it happens. I know it happens. Some people give testimony out of faith. They give testimony claiming already the manifestation of that on them. It happens. So it could have been the same thing that happened in her own issue. But the fact is that Zion ministry was so grounded that they had to be careful. And every church has to be very careful at this particular time. Because we all know that the arrow is pointing towards the church, even though God by himself is fighting on the other side. Because what is happening in the Dibia kingdom in Anambra State, what happened in Enugu State, what happened in Delta State, can only be out of God. Even when they are trying to push the arrow and the narrative to somewhere else, God is busy directing the government and the people to the other side. And without even much people having time to talk about Dibia this, Dibia that, God is fighting the battle. So let us not be ignorant of the time we are in right now. As a church, be very, very careful in the way you operate in your church. Be very, very careful. Personal mistakes of people will use it to judge the church. Just like this one that has happened, it was clearly her personal mistake. It has nothing to do with Pastor Paul Enenche. So can you tell me why people are everywhere calling out Paul Enenche? If you go to that particular video at Lucky Udu's page, you could see what people, she's even still calling him daddy and mommy, calling him daddy and calling the wife mommy. Why would she not call them daddy and mommy? What exactly did they do to her? Because they did not send her to law school, because they did not come out to go to the police hierarchy to go and plead that they should please not demote her. Is Pastor Paul Enenche a police officer? Is he an AIG or what in the police hierarchy? Who is he that he is going to interfere into the police decision? Who is he? Is that the kind of man you want your pastor to be? A pastor that will go and stop the law from taking it full course? Yes, when there is a gross indiscipline as a police officer, the police will discipline you the right way. When you are within the Nigerian army will discipline you the right way. The same way with other law enforcement agencies and even some of our private and personal establishments. There is always a way to discipline somebody when there is a gross misconduct. And that was exactly what the police authority did to her. So what exactly were you expecting Pastor Paul Enenche to go and do there? It's a simple question. What exactly were you people expecting him to go and do there? She was answering to her mistakes and errors, not as a result of the testimony in Dunamis church, but because of her misconduct after that, where she now started feeding herself, she now started celebrating ignorance, she now thinks she can grow. Because I have told people, you are a content creator, you are caught up in between two things. Number one, discipline. Discipline may not always attract too much followers like that. You may not always grow the way you are looking at. You may not always get the kind of attention you are looking for. Because you will, if you are disciplined and if you are honest and truthful, you will always be caught in between people's emotion. So you will always be getting mixed reaction on each and every of your videos. But if you decide to go the way the other part of the people are going, where they always do what will please the people, they always read the mind of people before they act. That one will always push you far. But the way you are going to collapse, it will look to you like a dream. I can give example. And you could see how those people are struggling today. I always tell people, this is media. This thing I am saying here, you don't even know the people who has recorded it. They will keep it. Even when you delete it from your page, the additional copy is already somewhere. And someday, sometime, these words that I'm saying here will come back to either haunt me positively or negatively. It will come back to either face me in the reality positively or negatively. So since I know of all this, why can't you stand your ground, stand firm, stand in a positive way, even if majority of the people doesn't like that, but make sure that that is what your heart truly wants. So that even if at the end of the day it is an error, you will patiently accept that with your whole heart, turn a new leaf and begin to live better. Yes, at least at the end of the day, you will be pleased to say this mistake, it was my decision, even though I acted ignorantly, but I think I have known better and I will make amends. I think I will not go this way again. But all these guys who are acting in a fake way just to please the majority of the people who are commenting, at the end of the day, you will cry. Just look at how the conduct of Vero on Facebook has come back to haunt her career. Have you seen? That is why you should be careful. I keep advising our people, for you still go and look for a job, go and do this one, go and do this one. Okay? Let us continue. Even your comment will haunt you on this Facebook. I am telling you. Even what you stand on that comment section. Because it depends on what you are defending. If you are defending immorality, if you are defending irresponsibility, if you are defending lawlessness here on Facebook, you will be busy on comment section abusing people because of nonsense that you are defending. It will haunt you. Because what you defend, they represent who you are. I keep telling people. Except if you are defending what is right. Except if you are defending what is right. So, if you think that what you are defending on Facebook here is what is right, continue. Even if it is wrong and you think it is right, continue. Time and event will always teach you a lesson. But when it does, don't even try to push that blame to someone else. Don't try to push that blame to someone else. That is where you start falling. Because if it does and you come out openly to accept, to say, okay, this is my error, this is my mistake, I've learned my lesson, it will be pure and clear to tell me that. But to come out to tell me that an adult like you who already know what is good and what is bad will come out and tell me that somebody manipulated you, somebody deceived you, somebody influenced you into doing so and so. You are lying. You should tell us the interest. Just like in this case, Vero's interest in all this wasn't even to improve. It wasn't even to improve. What she aimed at, she thought in her mind that she thought in her mind that people's emotion and sentiment will sustain her for a long time. Where are those people who were sympathizing with her rather than telling her the truth? The same thing with this Chinasa Vidaramale Likiri. Did you see how that issue disappeared? That issue disappeared from the social media space. But she's still exposing her ignorance on Facebook. So tomorrow now, who will she blame? She's obviously going to blame the funny content creator who came to interview her for his sole aim of building engagement on his page. She's going to blame that man, or she's going to blame all those in Dobodo you were na phone every day, or she's going to blame all those men who are scheming to come and have the same feeling that she had. She shot her sense to reasoning now, instead of her to go in, cover her shame, rebrand and come out. She is busy dwelling in the hype of the moment. Tomorrow, those people will disappear and you will be on your own. If you like, learn something from this lesson. But this attitude of always looking for a way to call out the church, to call out the pastors, it should come to an end. I think it should come to an end. Yes. It should come to an end. Unless and except you tell me what Pastor Paul Enenche has done wrong in this issue. Except and unless you tell me what exactly is the crime of Pastor Paul Enenche in this issue. You are not proud of what he did? Eh? What people could have advised Vera then, all those people like that man who took her to that resort in Port Harcourt. What if that man had used that money she used to enjoy for that 2 weeks to send her to law school? What could have happened? But people were celebrating the moment, this, that we missed the point to correct somebody. And that is what we keep doing today. At the height of every controversy, there is a room for a lesson. When you miss it, the victim in that particular scenario will also miss it. So we miss a greatest opportunity to make Vera to go back and learn more. Yes. Now, while she was enjoying the moment, I don't know if somebody should remind me the name of that resort in Port Harcourt. Yeah? And to be honest, let me not go that way. I don't know if that man thought that that could be a best way to advertise his resort or what. I don't know. But what I know is that to him, that was a means for him to take advantage of that controversy to advertise his business at the detriment of somebody's ignorance. Why did you not? Do you know how much it took you to book a flight ticket for her and her sole crew? Because she immediately had a team there and she had a manager. Manager to come and manage what? What these people always do, just like the fish pie guy, is to quickly get a manager to come and manage who? To come and manage what? To come and manage ignorance. That's what they do. So she went with her team, her manager, her crew to Port Harcourt. Do you know how much it took to convey them from Abuja also to Port Harcourt? Do you know how much it took to host them for a whole 2 weeks in Port Harcourt? Logistics, feeding, accommodation, and everything. Is that not enough to send her to law school? I'm asking you. Imagine all the people who she said was calling her and giving her money, those people who were in solidarity with her, all the money that was given to her at that particular time. Was it not enough to send her to law school? But she was specifically demanding that Pastor Paul Enenche should give her money. And I asked, give you money for what? So all the money that was given to you, even that man that owns that resort in Port Harcourt, are you telling me that he did not give you money when you came to Port Harcourt? If you are somebody who had a dream, wouldn't you have used that opportunity to improve on yourself? Was that not exactly what you could have done? It had to take an intervention of a policewoman like you to push you to somewhere where you can go and improve on yourself. Now you are coming out to come and cry foul. Cry to who exactly? What do you want us to do for you? Tell me exactly what you want us to do for you. The only request you ask from us, who you perceive to be your fans then, wasn't to send you to law school. The only thing you asked from us then was that you need to move out from the apartment where you were staying because of security, because you are now a celebrity. You asked for a car because entering public transport is no more secured for you. Then you ask for security because the way people come closer to you asking you for money and all this, you are scared that something might happen. That was only favor you asked for your fans. You did not tell them, oh please, I want to go back to law school so that I can go and be perfect, I can come out. You did not ask for any of those. So you people should save me this if you like. If you like. Use this social media groove time I know that. Will you mortgage your future? At the end of the day, you will cry. That's why when I look at some of you, the way you attack Christianity, I don't even know whether you know the kind of a society I know there today. You are dealing with a society that consists of over 90% Christians. So some of you, I even laugh at you. When I look beyond, let us even say physically, in reality, there is still possibility that some of you may not find job for as long as many people are on Facebook here. Yes, I don't blame them. But look at what is happening in Israel today. One of you who said there is no heaven is now moving around the street of Israel, carrying camera all along. He said there is no heaven. So I wonder if what is happening in Israel continue and there is need for government to repatriate their citizens to their various countries. Is he not going to eventually come back to Nigeria? He's going to come back to Nigeria. So if you are in UK, if you are in Russia, if you are in America, and you think you have arrived, I want you to know that there may surely come a time when somehow you must have to find yourself back home here. And when you come here, if any when I watch that guy travel blog or what, when I look at the way he say there is no heaven, there is no hell, there is no this, there is no that, blah 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 blah. Look at him today, wandering about the street of Israel, because there is Israel. You see, even in the middle of what is happening, where he is busy going around looking for a safety place to stay, he has not found any yet. But he's still busy moving around, causing trouble for himself. So one day, definitely, I'm not praying for him. Solution will come. But what if the only option left for his safety is for him to go back to his country? Maybe government is repatriating their citizens because the condition is getting out of hand. Is he not going to come back to Nigeria? When you come back to Nigeria here, the reality that you are preaching will be staring at you, at your face. And we know how you are going to fix yourself and survive. Because the way you people uphold evil and condemn good, I don't know who will be willing to bring you into their establishment, except somebody who has a particular field where they want to use you. Yes, except somebody with a particular field where they want to use you. But I don't know a same person with the way you people justify evil on Facebook. I don't know somebody who will be willing to bring you into their establishment, or somebody who will even be willing to do a business with you. Look at this one now, one way critical thinker. Look at him. He is all against Soludo today. Not because Soludo has not been performing, not because he is even aware. Because for all I know, that one when he wouldn't misroad that Polo Nigeria a long time, who doesn't even visit home. Some of them has forgotten their family back home here. You gotta go. So his wahala against Soludo today would be because that Soludo put her out against these evil native doctors that are deceiving our young youth. That is the only crime Soludo committed. He now became a crime diary for Anambra State government, that he now record all the kidnapping incident that happened in Anambra, document it just to show Soludo that he's not doing anything in terms of security. You see, but they say that he who wears the shoes knows where it pains. If you are not grounded in Anambra State, you have no right to talk about security challenges in Anambra State. You have no right to even say if it has improved or not. If you are not a resident or you don't visit Anambra State regularly, you will not be in position to know what used to be the order of the day then, if it has improved now or not. So you could see such kind of people with intention to conceal and promote evil. His only challenge is church. I saw the day he was showing a video of that native doctor na Ezago Puruna. He has nothing to do with Ezani and his group, that is only in a club with them, where the video surfaced, where he was initiating somebody into their white court or what. He played that video After playing that video, what is the lesson? For you Christians who may be condemning this, for you Christians who may think this, you Christians who may judge this, forget about Christian judging him. Can you judge him as a non-Christian? Let us forget about Christians' way of judging that man. How Christians see what that man has done. How do you see what that man has done? That is the question. So meaning for him, he doesn't even see anything bad in what that man has done. Rather, he wants to speak to Christians who are judging that man. I want you people to always pick the lesson. If you're not Nebuka Wani, na sege, gibonyi Igbo, gibonyi Hausa, Inebuka Wani. What is the lesson there? You Christians, pastors this, pastors that. You as a non-Christian, can you tell us what you think about what that man did? As a non-Christian, what he did was okay, but as Christians, how we see it is very wrong. That is the lesson. So sometimes I don't know if these guys, some of these guys manage to come inside this country. Don't look at people like us. I've lived outside Nigeria for 13 years. 2013 May to 2024 May. No, not 2024. Yes, of course, 2023 May. Before I came back here, and after December 2023, Nolona, Nigeria, the whole of 2024, and we are now in 2025. So count how many years I have lived outside. But within all those time, we will be outside. Hardly every 3-4 months, you will not see me here until the time, not for some time, which is about a year or 2 years. Then I started coming back again. I come back always, sometimes 2 or 3 times in a year, including Christmas, except if no weather. And that is how I wanted it. So I am always here with the touch of the reality here. And when I came back and I am here, we still survived here. So you, with whatever thing and how you are conducting yourself, make sure that when you finally shut your bag, close your bag, get on a plane and fly back home here, make sure that this place truly will be a home for you. I am telling you, if you like, continue. Some of you outside has engaged in one thing online or the other, that you can no longer come into Nigeria here. We know. Some of you, your names go at every airport. We know. So I am not shocked if I see how you people conduct yourselves online. Anything that is going to bring peace home here doesn't even give you concern. Every time you're online, you are instigating, you are alleging, you are accusing. That is all you do. We know some of you. Cannot even come back to this country again. We know. You cannot come back to this country again. We know. But even if you cannot come back to this country, please, it is not enough ground for you to destroy it for us. And it will be very special and precious for us. So do not destroy it. There are still some of us who still know the way to our route. Not like you people not online. Go back to your route, go back to. There are people like us who are not lost at all from our route. So we know we always find our way back to our route every now and then. So you that is still looking for a way to your route, you can continue looking for a way to your route. But before you find that way to your route, do not spoil things for us here. Some of your conduct on Facebook will haunt you the way it is haunting Vero today. Socket, okay, but I'm saying the truth. Church this, church that. Church this, church that. Church this, church that. As if when all the churches in Nigeria shut down, Nigeria will be better. That is what you are telling me. Without knowing that if church is closed today, we will go back 20 times backwards. I watched a video where J-Pac was telling Waja about what the missionaries brought, and he said he did not bring anything. They brought hospital, you said they brought school, you said no. But your children, they are in school. Your children, they are in school. And you can sell anything you have to make sure that they go to school. Yet you said they did not bring anything for us. Yes. They showed us this modern message you are seeing today through introduction of missionaries, mission school, mission hospital. Today, when you are sick here, you spend money. In fact, the reality you people are teaching us against our own God is the inventions of those people you are calling out today. If they did not bring down mission hospital to us, how are you going to know that when you are sick, you should go to hospital and not go to your grandfather in the village to use root and herb to treat you? So you guys are confused. But I understand some of you, like Waja, who is using it to get engagement and to show your face on Facebook. I understand. But the people who are the problem are the real people who are getting that message and taking it serious. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. Yes, I'm sorry for you. Because little do you know that these guys are using your brain to climb a ladder to a destination of nowhere. Because I can tell them gradually that where they are climbing is a journey to nowhere. Somebody like Mazidibia, see him today. How often does he even have time to come on Facebook to teach you anything more? Do you know those days when he was every minute, every now and then, Mazidibia can run a program from 10 o'clock in the morning, you come back in the afternoon, they are still on the program. You come back in the 4 o'clock in the evening, they are still on the program. How often does he run such program again today? Today, some of our people who are mischievous, Mazidibia is a dibia. That dibia in his name is not the kind of dibia Hanagba no doctor. That dibia in his name is a real dibia. Mazidibia is a dibia like a Akwokoko. He's a dibia like Eke Hit. Last time he justified Okite before you. Now, when you see him go to South Africa, when you see him, he's going to Dubai. So don't be deceived. Don't be deceived by all that. For people who live abroad, who come to tell you that God cannot do anything, but they have faith and trust in a port and in Ogwe Kechiri. Who are the highest patronizers? They patronize in the Nabafa, in the Nobudo Iwo. Can they patronize in the Dibia the most? In the Nobudo Iwo. Can they patronize in the Nabokite the most? In the Nobudo Iwo. Yet they are telling you, forget about spirit. Why are you thinking about spirit? Why are you saying spirit cannot give you anything? But they strongly believe in spirit. Yes. Kangwa Mazidibia war book on a jar one de buy. Ebo uni fulo jeru nde niile no na vida awu nde na agwo ogwu ka hancha ni jona gwolo hogu owu nwa dibia obulo etu ihe na mata ya se ha no onya kpata na ifo na teaching ha niile aha no in uniform. They all have different areas where they want to exploit your brain. You want to go. In the case of Mazidibia, it is strictly on a journey to justify, and he keep running away, now run around, now megari, or now megarizi. Now, East here is no more conducive for him because we already know what is happening. So he is no more, East now is no more conducive for him. Now let me give you a prophecy because I will be ending soon. I am not giving you this prophecy as a pastor. I am only giving you this prophecy as a realist. He will continue moving until he finds a place to settle finally. And sooner or later, you are going to hear that Mazidibia has either settled in Indonesia, he has either settled in Dubai, or he settled in Malaysia. You will hear it very soon. It is a prophecy, not as a pastor, but as a realist. You people should keep recruiting yourself, using every means, getting so many people to go after the church. But the repercussion and the reward will always come to you, obviously. Do it through your children. Mazi etymology. Also etymology we for na kizrai. Onwere also. O etymology sha ojedo noro na agwu nsie. Your chaba agwu nsie. You believe o no. Man obia you believe na spirit can do anything. Man obia na airport. wepụta ife gha sị m na onye bịa ebe ahụ da ị nọ na-asị maazị raidon maazị onye bịa ebe ahụ mee nka kedu ife ọ ga-eji wee mee ife ahụ when you don't believe in ọgwụ. Anyway, I moved a bit, but it is still the same because whatever thing they are programming against Paul and Eche, whether using like you do page, like you should regulate what you do on your page also. Because if you don't, one day people will say, do you remember this man? I talk to you people who page you na Palego. I talk to you people who page you na Palego. Did you see somebody like J-Pack today? I cannot stop calling his name. That guy, I can't go very far. If not because of the manner of blogging and the info, that guy, I can't go far. This is what you took as your career. The highest thing you can do for yourself is to be principled, be consistent. It will take you to places. But changing like Rainbow, people will keep using you like Rainbow. And at the end of the day, you will become jack of all trades, master of none. Now, this podcast in Emepe may be your quick way to prison. In fact, I'm going to make a video to that effect. That may be your gradual journey into prison. Except, remember, Yam Baba Ron go podcast for over how many years? The only time he had a problem, like as in a problem, was in Kongwelu within the real estate Efa Ojuweluzu ambassadorship with the Poo King. Remember, that was. But let us see how Ogahama is going to swallow his emotion, swallow his pride, throw away sentiment, and run a neutral podcast where people will come to air their views and seek for justice, where relevant authorities will come out and help to redeem the situation. Let us see how Mr. Rainbows with 7 colors. Let us see where, and for you who is going there to go and confine and tell your stories. The show if you just about we fair we just kocha e wori call on somewhere. Here we were. Now we go ni je ba je kocha. Obosi oye ji we call on mo wori eme anything. Ichigata e bia ije na lock you do speech. Baby I went to Ogahama podcast and this happened. People like me will come out and tell you the same reason that pushed you to that place should be the same reason you are consoled to know that at the end of the day, it is you have a reason why you went there. Don't even come out to come and cry foul to us. Remember somebody that went to Lock You Do speech after Ogachan and K Lock You Do, or Potebia cry foul. Remember somebody that went to Yambaba's podcast after Ogachan and Yambaba's podcast, or Potebia Kola in Yampo. Gone are those days when you make a calculative mistake, whatever reason in a air which will make that mistake should be consoling you when the reality is done on you. Don't always come out to come and work on our emotion. Because I told you people clearly, I've lost mine a long time ago. That is why when you hear me speaking here, you will begin, yes, almost I have lost my emotion a long time ago. What I have now is sense. I think with my senses. I don't judge with emotion. So if you keep telling me the story. And don't want to cover that I will go straight in the lines in that story to tell you where you are wrong, where you failed it. Yes, that is exactly what I will do. And for some of you who always think that media trial is always the best way to handle your issues, your name is sorry. The moment you bring something out on the media, I want you to know that the lines of settlement will only be, I want you to know that the moment you bring something out to the public, there are people who always have it in mind that since the matter has come to the public, if we settle this, how are the public, everybody going to know that this matter is no more like this? You got to go. And I've also found out that those people who always cry out to the public are 80%, most of them are the oppressors. In so many cases, if you judge it critically with sense and not with emotion, you may not understand what I've said. allow a Pastor Paul Enenche to rest. He has not done anything. The man has not done anything. Velo should go and enjoy her ignorance because she enjoyed it while it lasts. I don't know why you are expecting. How much will Pastor Paul Enenche give you that people did not give you that time? People were even calling you to use you to advertise their establishment, and you were going using your ignorance as a means to advertise people's business. If you are, I want you to know that if you are in public out there, yes, for okay, so I think I will be ending this broadcast now. I'll see you people soon.